Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Kayan's moon. What are they called?
What?
Kayatans?
The Kyonians.
Kyonian moon. Welcome to the Kyonian moon. As per the thumbnail. We got a strange new world, guys. Right, wrong show. Strange new moon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Guys, vote in the poll because I put up a while ago. I want as many votes as possible. Votes. Do it.
Yes.
Do it. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Welcome back, Stuart. Go check out our Ed review. It is not doing well in views, but these ones take a little while. They see a bit of a, these are a bit slow. They tend to boost on the second day, but do go watch that because it's a very condensed version of our thoughts, and they might change because that's our genuine first reaction, which
Yes.
always changes with second view, etc.
Well, we'll see how the interest is with this one. Some people seem to really like this one, but, other people don't, so.
Hence the poll, guys. Vote straight away. I'm going to straight start sharing. Hopefully you guys will join in. And Trekyards tomorrow. Be there.
Yes.
Be there. It's going to be a great time. See you in a second. I'll be sharing. If that's good, or do you need more vamp?
All right, go ahead.
Oh, see you in a second.
Hit the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do all the things you need to do, notifications, all that. Join the channel. There's a join button down there on YouTube. Or go to Patreon/Trekyards. You can support us over there. Make sure you super chat in during these lives and or PayPal. Which comments, questions, all that out there. We do read them all and talk to you guys about this. So, yeah. Do the thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. That's good. Make sure you click links in the descriptions of every video as well. There's links to Spring and public, so lots of things, lots of ways to support us and help us out, but we want to hear from you guys. We want to have a good conversation talking about the things this episode has to bring, or had brought us, and looking forward to hearing what you guys think. So, by all means, tune in and help us out. Hit the like button, the other thing. You know the routine. Chats you guys have already put in a minute here. Let me check PayPal. Of course, there's going to be at the same time. It's just this time of day. All right, we got a super chat. We got some super chats and we got a PayPal. So we're going to get to those in a second. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted right now and I apologize. I will try to get more on track. I just had to clear some things up. So
all good. Sorry for the bad timing.
Done. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome. Yeah, vote in the poll. Let's see what's happening with that.
All right, let's get to the super chats. BJ, $2. Warp slugs. Hell yeah. I have no problem with warp slugs. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, warp in terms of it's a fun joke. They probably can't warp systems, so it's a fun joke.
I think it's probably a smaller version of what's sucking on the Cerritos' nacelle. Because it kind of looked familiar enough. Anyway,
be fun.
Sesagura 2000 puts in €5. Oh. This episode was a colossal waste of time. Only positive I can think of was the speech at the wedding, unfortunately about an undeserving character. Oof. Yeah.
But we found out.
I don't know if waste of time's correct. It was just, I call it a nothing burger, but.
Yeah, it can't be a waste of time if we find out he's the almost king. He gets married. He becomes friends with people. And then the other people become friends. Well, like, it's not a waste of time. They have huge character growth to each other. If you care about the characters, right? So waste of time. Not very interesting, maybe, but not waste of time. That's a bit harsh. Unless you don't care about the characters, then fair enough. But how many episodes of DS9 are just the characters chatting? That's also a waste of time.
Mm.
Yeah.
I disagree.
But you know what I mean? In the same vein.
Mm. Well, as people have said, this episode isn't earned. If this was a season 3 episode and we cared about these fucking
I
characters
said
more,
that. That's what I said yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
then it would be earned. But as it stands, it's like, okay,
We're not there yet,
thank
shit. We're
you.
not there yet. People have to say first.
Sergeant Montgomery, $5. Zero zilch, nothing is what I have to say about that horrendous shit nobody asked for. Anyways, I'm here to support you guys and the Trekyard community. Well, thank you, Sergeant Montgomery.
Appreciate you.
Let's see. Robert Buckley throws in $5. Sorry, I did not make it last night, but I'm here now. Good to see you, Robert.
And if you want to do a big review, put in the PayPal, whatever you want, and give us a big review and we'll read it out, of course. Get more text for that.
Yeah, there is a PayPal. We'll get to after these. Ozzy, member for 72 months at the rank of Admiral, says this was an okay episode last week. Great. Sure. Chuck, member for 71 months at the rank of Lieutenant. Good to see you back, Chuck.
Months.
Disappointing episode. Three B plots at the same time.
I said that as well, give or take.
Yeah. Where were there 3 though? I see 2.
Well, yeah, we'll get there. And Scott says, "Oh, stop it, guys! It's utterly garbage." I mean, have you seen Discovery season 1? That was pissing on Trek, actively trying to make us look bad. It's a woke joke. I mean, no. Aside of all the gay undertones, people can be gay. There are also straight undertones of people. It's cool. Doesn't matter. Yeah. PayPal's true, as you said.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing support.
All right. Let's see. We got a 10-pound PayPal from Ray Ricks, who says, "So this was meh. It's what I was worried Academy was going to be all season. Yes, same. Luckily, it hasn't been. Honestly, felt like I was watching an episode of Dawson's Creek. Scene 1, characters discussing feelings. Scene 2, characters discussing feelings. Scene 3, love triangle." Yeah.
And it's really funny because last week was the most Star Trek episode. It was a ship, it was a mission, and this is the most teen drama. So they just go up, down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Anywho,
the poll, though, 2 hours ago, 29 votes. I keep voting right now. Currently, and this is our strongest margin so far, because we gave everyone B, C, D, and F. The strongest margin currently is 58% at F. Not D or C, the worst metric. So do vote, guys. 6% say B. Be fair, don't just be on the hype train, be the positive, negative. Be true to yourself and your score. Because that's the only way to be, in our opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Stuart, what do you think of season 1, episode 7? And more importantly, how did it change on multiple watches? Because we reviewed it right out the gate with, however it was. How do you feel now? I've watched it several times. Did it hold up in multiple viewings?
No.
What do you think?
Still boring, and it's actually more boring because I know what's coming and there's nothing coming. So some of the dialogue is a little better, but I liked a lot of Jaden stuff. Darum was kind of all over the place. Like, is he interested in Jaden? Or is he jealous of Kyle? Yeah, there's those undertones there, of course. The Genesis and Caleb stuff, I really wish there was more about Genesis in this episode because I would have liked to have known her father. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to meet him at some point, but that just seemed a little bit thin as far as an idea went. And yeah, I don't know. I just expected more from this, and there was just nothing there. The wedding stuff was fine, I guess, but it really reminded me of Mock Time, not only because of the scenery, but just because of the whole betrothed and, that kind of vibe going on. Sure, he didn't steal a starship or anything to get there, but if he had to, I'm sure Caleb would have helped him hack it. There's some scenes I wish were included, such as Jet Reno getting an alert that somebody hacked the bridge, so that Caleb's not a Mary Sue and can just do everything. I would like that he did a successful hack, but he didn't. Even at the end where they're talking to Aki and Caleb says, I was the one that talked her into it. And Genesis speaks up for him and says, no, it was me. I wish Aki would have said, "Yeah, I saw the security footage." Again, implying that Caleb didn't hack the system so well that he just disabled everything. I would have liked something like that to give it a little bit more weight. And they had like 5 minutes they could have done. It was like 55 minutes long this episode. Um, it felt, as it's been said before, it felt like two B plots strung together. And these separately, given more time in another episode, might have been better, even as A plots. You could have adjusted them, but I don't know. Something about it just it's a slog, and I don't know if it's one I'll actually actively go back and never watch again. I mean, I'm not going to skip it if I do a rewatch, but I don't know. It's just it's hollow, a little bit hollow for me. So that's my thought.
You also into romance subplots, and ostensibly we're getting two
Yes.
not full on, but that's basically the underline of what we're getting. So
Yeah. Um, Before I ask you,
yes.
Sessiguru 2000 puts in 10 euros
Oh,
and says, right from the start, they effed up. They talk about the funeral and Aki's speech, but they don't show it. Show us the funeral. Show us the speech. Show us the characters reeling from it. Yeah, I mean, that would have been kind of cool, even in flashbacks or kind of like montages while he's doing his voiceover. Maybe that would have been great. But again, I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see the funeral. I didn't need to see that stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's my thought. But Sam,
oh,
now that you've watched it again and you've
yes,
thought about it and you've heard
yes.
other people's opinions on it,
A couple.
what are your thoughts on this episode? I know there's a few things we kind of disagree on, which will be interesting to get to when we get there.
Yes.
But I'm interested to hear your thoughts now on a rewatch.
Oh, I think I'm gonna burp.
That's awesome.
All right. You know, it's funny.
It gives them gas.
Well, that and the caffeine. I was watching Angry Joe's review while I was doing dinner because I had to make dinner for the family, and yeah, and I don't tend to watch reviews before this, but again, I don't tend to do dinner on this day because I'm always so busy, but I kind of had to, blah blah. So anyway, so it's the first time I watched anyone else's comments except you and you're you, and he pointed out so many things I didn't even notice as being, oh yeah, that doesn't even make sense. So it kind of compounded that going in. Yeah, second viewing, it's definitely worse on second viewing, but for different reasons. So as you recall, the first time I watched it, you were bored. I was not bored because unlike the laser tag episode, it's actually about the characters meaningfully. It's not just 30 minutes of non-action that's bad, where it's just you can just cut that and do nothing. This stuff, at least every scene adds something to every character they're in it. Now, it can be bad stuff, but it is just doing stuff with the characters, right? So that's where it comes to, as I said to you in the review, it's two B plots, which individually could have been interesting A plots. We have to hack into the bridge to do something, blah, 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 and maybe we have to go John McClane through this ship. That could be really interesting. Or you get kidnapped, you've got an alien wedding, and are you going to be the ruler of an empire, of a multi-planet system, or abandon it to be in Starfleet? Both are interesting A plots. But as B plots, neither had any weight, really. And second time round, the intercutting felt more obnoxious. Because the first watch, I was engaged. I mean, I wasn't exactly thrilled about the episode, but I was, where's it going, right? And okay, kidnap. Oh, okay, wedding. Okay, they're going to the bridge. It leads you along. But obviously, I have miles per hour, you have kilometers per hour. But it felt like, 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour going through a town. It never reached any sort of pace. So first time you're just simmering along, waiting for something big to happen. It never does. Even the wedding's very, very small. Which is funny because Stranger Worlds had a great wedding that felt big and fun and epic. This felt tiny, and that's their choice, right, to make it that small. Second watch, they again don't create any pace, but also the problems stick out more for sure. I was annoyed by the entire wedding arc the second time, seeing her dialogue, seeing how, again, again to you, but he's fully in and she pushes him out, and it's so about her, and it's way worse the second time, notably, given you know what his vibe is, especially as they just hard cut back to the academy. And how does Jaden not get a home, given they can just start a wormhole? It's really a weird episode, actually. While two interesting ideas, neither were served well. I kind of wish they both got expelled at the end or something. There's so many levels of just like that the first time didn't come across because we're watching it, and then obviously with you we're just taking it in. So it's definitely worse on second watch. And the biggest thing second time, because Angry Joe said, was that last week was decent, and it created loads of stakes, medium rare stakes. We thought, okay, Beta Z lays in a coma, this could be a huge thing. Friend died, it could be a huge thing. Sam's injured, could be a huge thing. The Academy got attacked by Newsbracket, could be a huge thing. There's secret weapons in his facility, could be a huge thing. And all of a sudden, it's been a month, but everyone's chill and laughing again. Even Kyle, who lost his best friend. Like, no one has any weight from last week, which means all the energy has been sucked out of last week. I will now watch episode 6 and know it's less good now, because episode 7's made it worse, because none of the stuff has lingered in any meaningful way. Everyone is so chill and happy and friendly, and I wouldn't expect that. And then at the end, Kyle didn't go to sickbay and get his sunbathe. Why didn't he get it healed? Why is he willingly keeping a sunburn? There's so many problems now. I've watched it a second time. So there you go, Stuart. There you go.
Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah. Yeah, the sunburn thing. I said that to Sylvia when we watched it. Like, why doesn't he just go get that healed with the thermal regenerator? And she goes, maybe she did. It was round 1. It was such a bad sunburn. I thought that was kind of funny. Also, we don't know if the doctor's back. The doctor buggered off as well. So, not that there would be other people that could do it or anything, but
yeah, Genesis made someone's ears degrow after being poisoned. I think they can do sunburn, right? There's loads of things that don't work. That it does feel like that, because this is obviously a non-Star Trek episode, right? There's not a lick of Star Trek anywhere to be found here. And that's where the Klingon one helped, because at least it was a race we knew. But by new races and nothing existent in it, it's entirely devoid. This could be any franchise, and there's nothing Star Trek in this, innately, which is kind of surprising. But when you do that, you really want the new species, Kyonians and the other lady, to really elevate, but they weren't. Really? Why isn't this guy blue the whole episode? That would have been great. That should have been blue. The whole episode, the whole family should have been blue to give us an episode in blue. Why is he in pretending to be human makeup? Doesn't make a lick of sense.
I assume because it was on their sunset moon, as they called it, or their matrimonial moon, which had no water.
Yeah, but
we saw it in orbit of the planet. I would like to have seen some scenes of them on their planet in their natural form.
But he only looks human to blend in with the humans on the ship.
No, they never stated that. Maybe when they're not in their. Okay.
Well, but you know what I mean. Like I assume that would be why. Otherwise, why would you look? Oh, there's a button.
Because everybody on their planet looks human, so it's obviously not the answer.
Well, now we know from this episode they've kind of ruined their own species by making them all look human. I guess, yeah. Maybe blue's their fake look, I guess. Maybe they're normally human. I don't know. Wasn't well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm not really looking forward to talking about this one, which is a shame. This is what I thought. Yeah, this is what I thought this whole series was going to be like from the beginning. So at least we haven't been disappointed up to this point.
Because DS9 earned the nothing happened episodes. You know?
Oh yeah, like if you have 26 episodes a season, one of these episodes is fine. You know,
3.
It's kind of just a write-off episode, a character development episode. That's fine. But when you have 10 episodes, you need to, do it a little bit better than this. So,
but that's also all TV now, which basically says no one can do anything filler, which is possibly true. Well, they still wouldn't call it filler because, now Blue Guy is now he's run away from his species. He's a pariah. He can't go back really necessarily without being judged. So that's a huge character thing. He's now stuck, like Worf, right? We did the not fully like that, but he's out. Made a big choice.
Fleetpaw throws in $2 and says, "Fears unalived. Fleetpaw's arrived."
I've been scared for like months. Wow, he finally arrived. Crazy.
BJ says, "Why are the cherry blossoms always blooming? Because maybe they're holographic."
That would make sense.
Cherry blossoms look so much better when they're blossoms. So, yeah, maybe.
Or they're not cherry blossoms. They're artificial trees anyway. They're just, why would they be real trees? like natural. But we start off with the only bit of repercussion from last week. And in first watch, you think he's been talking to her a few times, and this is him just deleting a message. Turns out he's blanked her, even though he's one of the reasons she's in a coma, was in a coma. But boy, I was hit with a brick of, oh, she's fine, I guess. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay. Weird.
Not a big fan of the pad either. That very monochromatic color scheme is just what? It just looks stupid.
Well, and also you clearly can't read half the text. It's too small.
Yeah, even when he hits the button, it's a very small little, and that's fine. I mean, we do that on our phones now with little, but
you look at the pads from TNG. I mean, I guess maybe the tricorder is very small buttons, but this is absurdly small buttons. To the point of they've not designed it for this pad correctly. They've just designed to fill space. There's not a...
I kind of wish you would have had the pad and did this, like pull it up, send, and then put it back.
That's what they do, except they want to save budget. Have you noticed, Stuart, they've stopped using dots anywhere?
Yeah, they mentioned them a few times in this episode, but yes, they're not floating around everywhere.
Because they cost a lot of money and they've just stopped using them. This episode feels a lot smaller because of it. The budget is not apparent.
Yeah.
But the fact they hand wave the last episode in one scene, which does not fit the rest of the episode, is bad.
Yeah, it is. I just think it's the beginning of this is funny.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Tarima. It's Caleb.
Yeah.
Myrrh. Like, no shit. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. You got a laugh out of that. But
Which
yeah,
is not probably meant to. But...
Yeah, the whole leave a whole message and then erase it thing. I mean,
well, he can live with that.
He can live with it. It's kind of douchey. Let's be honest. Classic for real, $2. Genesis doesn't listen very well, turns out. Yes.
Yeah. And Ham, because they're cadets. They're presumably not allowed to learn the bad habit of using the comm badges. Also want to save money, which I get, but they shouldn't have done it for Discovery, then should they? Then you get a lovely nighttime shot of the Academy. That's a great shot. We never get a Savage shot. That's a really nice shot.
Remember hearing about a galactic meteor shower that you're not going to want to miss.
Galactic.
Yep. Galactic meteor shower.
That's not how meteor showers work.
Writers do better.
It's fine. We'll use our after the cell.
Oh, for fuck's
I didn't hear it the first time, but the second time I was like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
I kind of like this beam out. It doesn't work if there's like 1,000 people, but I think it's fair to say it's about 200 max students. So her being sent away, it's like, okay, it's personal. Yeah. But the fact that she's kind of talked individual people out of trips just feels very intrusive.
That's just a joke.
Of course it is.
Nobody wants to go to Duluth.
I don't know. It's just a bit, I don't know. Jet's a really weird character, and therefore her scenes are weird.
Find out that Sam is still glitching though, but she's going to a holographic resort essentially, and they're developing a patch to help her fix her up. So that was cool.
So she's clearly still a hologram that has software and computer code because she needs a patch by human people, not her own planet.
Yeah,
a holo place. So she's obviously a hologram technology, not a life entity, whatever. I was kind of surprised to see her out this episode, but also I kind of like her Amidala hair. So, you know, Amidala.
Yeah, her hair's pretty cool.
She keeps changing it.
But then Genesis gets pulled aside by Aki, and she's like, really like what you did on the Miyazaki. Really, I'm going to recommend you for command path or captain's path. I really wish students would call it what I call it, but yes. And she's fine. She's loving the extra, like she'll have a regular course load as well as extra stuff. And she's like, yes, bring it. Yeah, all of it. Yes. And then she says, yeah, we're going to resubmit your application to these guys so they can take a look at it, contact references. And as soon as she said references, I didn't notice the first time, but second time it's like, oof.
Yep.
Yeah. Very well done. Yeah.
Yeah, she plays both sides very well, actually. I don't know if you noticed, her hair is so much less professional on this one. She looks very unkept. I know she's on a holiday, which makes sense, but she looks much less. In previous episodes, she's been sharp and ready to go because she's a very neat student. Here she's trying to look disheveled, and she does. Gotta be
Yeah,
intentional.
she's time off. She's not in her
Yeah,
uniform. She's just wearing casual. Yeah,
but it's just a
it's fine.
note thing for the it adds to the performance, right? But
Yeah.
no, I like that. It's interesting she calls her Chancellor here and then Captain later. Very small thing, but I
Hmm.
wonder why
Hmm.
the interchanging whatever. But yeah, decent. I like her thing. I was certainly intrigued by this. If it
Hmm.
doesn't start
Hmm.
bad, guys, it really doesn't. I mean, the intro bit wasn't good, but it was at least interesting. But yep.
Yeah. And this scene in particular with even actually just before this with Sam talking to her in the stairs, I like the musical beat that was going on there. Kind of had like a funky kind of upbeat
Mm,
vibe, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the music in this show,
mm.
but some of it does really hit for me, and that one was pretty good. So
Well, I can't remember any, but also it's
yeah,
incidental at the time.
yeah.
And also, do we have another PayPal with the amazing support? So
Ooh,
do
let
guys
me
consider,
check.
because PayPal we get substantial more of support, and we need that said support to help we do what we do, to do content that doesn't necessarily get views, but you guys want to watch it, so support if you can via PayPal or Super Chat. Super Chat being good, PayPal being better.
Speaking of, with
Ooh.
everybody that's here tomorrow, we have a Drunkyards, so join us for that.
And
It's gonna start at 12 p.m. like noon Eastern Standard Time. So join us for that.
there'll be some big PayPal bonuses. It'll feel like great value because Super Chat's PayPal are quite different. So tune in.
Come and join us and have fun, hang out, get us drunk. It'll be fun. All right, so moving on to PayPal. Ray Rex throws in £5, so thank
Ooh.
you. Don't future systems decent encryption? What? Don't future systems decent encryption?
Nope, because he's the best
Last ep
hacker ever.
Last episode, the computer was convinced to hand over control by a comic book, and now the lockouts on a powerful starship are hacked by cadets. I mean, aren't these meant to be presumably to stop resourced people stealing Federation ships?
Hmm.
Yes. That's why I said it what I said at the beginning. I wish there would have been, he thought he hacked it, but there was still security measures in place. That's why Jet Reno got notified. I mean, that's maybe the case. She wasn't just wandering around, you would assume, but I wish we would have seen that. So
Wasn't
yes,
handled well, is what we're trying to say. But
exactly.
again, he's a Mary Sue. Everything he does, gonna call it out.
Classic for real throws in $2. $2 to fix Sam's glitches. Glad you still made it.
Yes, you're welcome. Then you get a scene that's interesting in the second watch. Well, first watch, well, but I guess he's banged all these people's sisters.
No, he's just saying that. He's just being the cocky asshole, being like, say hi to your sister for me. Yeah, I think that's kind of funny.
He's probably slept with one of their sisters, though. Let's be fair. You know,
Maybe.
like there's some sort of because
Or he's at least hit on them.
yeah. Because I mean, what friend does that to all your other friends and say, I'm gonna bang your sisters? It's like, okay, which is doubly odd because he's got a literally betrothed wife. He's really taking the. I know he's all about banging people in previous episodes, but he's a real slut, and yet he's betrothed. You'd think he'd be a bit more respectful to his future wife, but I guess he's got 3 or 4 years until tied down. But boy, man, slut he is.
It's bravado. It's not actually serious. It's just him trying to look tough and cool.
Up to interpretation. That's why it's interesting.
But then the beachwear shirt can't bring himself to wear it, and Ibiza. You do the thing you talk about it. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Stuart's blank face when we reviewed this. So hands up in the chat if you know what Ibiza is.
I thought it was a planet. It sounds like a planet name.
No, it's an island. I mean, for me, this is something I've known since I was a teenager because it's like Riser, which are funny. They're similar name. It's just a drinking island that's cheap, where they have. If you go to a really interesting foreign place, there'll be a district with just hotels that are for tourists, and this is an island with that being a huge thing where you can go and buy drinks at like 1/7 the price because that's how much they cost, and therefore you can party there. And it's just been it made sense though that it's more of an island, more of a European thing, because of course why would anyone in America fly 10 hours to go to an island when we can take like 2.5, because we haven't got those locally, but I guess you can go to Hawaii or something. But it's a lot more further for you guys to travel. But yeah, I mean, it's such a, I guess, European joke. So I thought it was quite charming because it's like, oh damn, he's going to, okay, Ibiza.
Well,
Cool.
Sylvia got it right away too, but she's
Mm-hmm.
also from Croatia, so.
Mm-hmm. But and they say it both way, Ibiza and Ibiza, because both are correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish we saw Jane in the shirt though. It would have been kind of amusing. You
Would
know,
have been funny if he was wearing it when he went through the portal.
that's what, yeah. That would have been kind of, yeah. But it's nice to go on a date, kind of. Mostly. Yeah.
And Kyle shows up, and Raimi's like, "Yeah, good job, Kyle." Kyle's like, "He doesn't like me, does he?" Well, no one likes him, so it's the universe, balancing itself out.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny.
Although in second watch, his tone was basically identical in the first scene, this scene, and the end scene with Kyle. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not actively nicer, but it just shows
I
that.
think I think it's jealousy. He's got a jealous thing going on because he likes Jaden.
See, I put money on that not being it. I know what you mean, but I think it was so just he's just a dick, because that's kind of the take on this episode. He's an asshole. He's a selfish asshole who doesn't. He's not good to people. So even at the end, he's a selfish arsehole who's not good to people, because that's just who he is, which is why no one likes him, which is what they say. I just thought it was interesting in second watch. I thought he'd be more nice, but he's not that nasty here. He's actually not that nasty.
No.
And Kyle's being quite, it's like, fuck that guy. But they're not friends with him. That's basically what Jaden says. No one likes him, we're not friends. Which is why it's doubly interesting he calls him friend at the wedding, but of course, he's not going to say, I actually hate this man. So he's kind of lying the whole time until right at the end. Kind of. Yeah. Right.
So, Sergeant Montgomery says, "I wonder if the kid with glasses that's at the academy is actually a young Daniels." He's a time traveler, maybe, but no, it wouldn't be.
Daniels was born hundreds of years ago, or like 100 years ago. Daniels already in the show. De-aged one would be crazy.
Yeah. And Jill is here. She says, "Hello. Episode was much better on second watch." Ooh.
Oh damn! Can you explain why? Because both of us thought much worse. Let us know why.
Yes. Overall, just. But anyway, yeah. So next scene is Aki trying to pack her stuff. I love the line, "You got 4 pairs of shoes in here, and you don't even wear shoes." That was hilarious.
See, that was an ADR line. I wonder if that was they saw a reaction to season 1, and they said if they filmed season 2, they could easily get them. That felt like a very knowing meta joke, and I really liked it because it's just a fun little joke. I thought.
I love here that they talk about New Spraga being there, and he's like, "You could have like threatened him." What is Federation not into threatening, or Starfleet not into flirting anymore? But that was great. And she's like, "He's a sociopath. Don't give sociopaths any information."
Mm-hmm.
It was a good discussion, and he's going to go to his foster family, not foster family. What do they call it? Host family or whatever for this, and he doesn't want to. He wants to stay. So yeah.
Yeah, this is pointed out again, Angry Joe. They're all over 18. They're all someone in their 20s. Why would you need to send 20-year-olds off to a foster family for 4 days on a holiday they don't know? Why would that possibly be a thing? Why would you not let them go to a hotel wherever they pick? They're not children. They're actually full adults, and they're literally the next generation of your crew. I don't understand the concept of that. If you haven't got a family, they just could do whatever they want. What could possibly maybe because he's under house arrest, kind of in the abstract, but then just say that, you know what I mean? I don't understand the point. I mean, it doesn't play any meaningful part in the story once he's to stay. I just don't understand why if he's 16, fine, but he's really not. Doesn't make any sense.
And Jill says, "First watch, I was really frustrated that nothing was happening. Second watch, when I realized what it was about, I was able to listen and heard some things I liked."
I mean, that is true, but there's still nothing happens. There's still a lingering problem.
Yeah.
But thank you. We want to know what you guys think. And keep voting, guys, because the poll is 80 votes. That's fantastic. Wow, almost triple. Can we get to 85? I'll do a new poll if we can. Vote now!
And hit the like button, guys. We have 50 people here and only 23 likes. So hit the like button. Let's get those likes up to 50.
Oh, yeah. BJ Churro says San Francisco is right there. That's true. He could just go to San Francisco, which has just been a few weeks ago, or the War College, because I don't think necessarily the War College would be closed in the same way, because it's not the same institution. There's probably some dorms open there that aren't on a spaceship. Yeah, not a single reason for him to need to leave. or whatever.
Mm.
But I like the scene though. I thought they had good chemistry. This felt like this almost like a reshoot after, because it felt more natural. She felt balanced. He felt balanced. I guess it's her bag. I wonder where she's going.
Never said, but she had to return early.
Yeah,
Again.
I love the side. I love the side shot. He's 2 feet. He's 2 feet taller than her. She's a very small woman, and he's a very small, very tall man. And I love the height difference. It's so astounding. I love it.
And she asks about Terima, and he's like, I honestly don't know. I might go see her on Beta Z. I don't know.
But he does tell the truth though to her, which I caught the second time. You know, I haven't heard from her. Everyone else he hides it from, but they're very honest with each other. No, this is actually a good little scene, I thought, in the abstract.
Yeah.
And then you get the kidnap scene. I'm assuming this is a joke in video games. In stealth video games, you'll throw a rock to distract guards, and they'll say, "What is that?" Nothing. So I assume that this is a reference to you can throw rocks to distract people, because why would you throw a rock?
Well, I think it's a traditional thing because it's a piece of gold or something, right? And then he's like, "Oh shit!"
No idea. No idea. And why are they still here if they're beaming out? Everyone's beaming out. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I did notice second time, however, that I don't know his name yet. Kyle, no, this guy, whatever his name is. That he was actually smiling. Durham was actually smiling.
Durham Raimi.
Thank you. He was actually smiling after he got killed. Once he realized what was happening, he wasn't. Oh my god! Like he was fighting back, but that's the tradition. He was actually smiling. It's very subtle, because the editing is such you can't see. But he's actually smiling until he's literally knocked out. But he was. I like that little touch.
You raise an interesting point, because he didn't know this was going to be happening because it was early.
Years early.
Jaden decides to go through the portal, and then later he's like, "Yeah, he's my cosign."
Yep.
It's like, well, why is he here? We didn't.
Nope.
We didn't kidnap him.
Nope.
We didn't give you a head up
or invite him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care about the storyline.
Yeah.
And it's very apparent. Because what? And also, there probably a stink that a foreigner is going to be at the royal wedding without an invite. But also, they would assume he'd have... Yeah, wouldn't they assume he would have a best man? But they never ask him. Because you'd need to kidnap the best man as well.
Yeah, which makes you wonder who his original best man was going to be, because he must have had somebody in mind.
Well, no, he's getting married in 5 years. So, guy...
They never say exactly when.
Well, years after graduation, they said. And this is when, again, another Angry Joe noted thing. 2 things in the scene. One, it's a cool effect, the thing. It's cool. Very easy. That the burn feels a lot less powerful now, given these guys could just go between places. I'm fine if it's a royal technology. That's okay. It's just a fancy. It's like private jet, right? I get that, but it's still this is new tech that's like, damn, this changes everything, right? That's 1. 2, why is it still open for like 25 seconds after? Because it would close instantly. That's not, And 3, I didn't notice this until the second watch. Plot hole. They go through the portal says open, yet when they cut to the planet, the portal opens afresh for the Klingon.
Yeah.
So they didn't watch it for continuity, because that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Just saying, guys, that's a huge continuity issue that you just... Okay.
Artificial single point wormhole, just so we know what we're talking about. Yeah. But yeah.
All right. We ought to be open.
Sesaguro 2000, 10 euros. Oh. Remember in the past when they had to destroy multiple Iconian gateways because their strategic threat was too great to risk falling into the wrong hands?
Yes.
Now they don't even address it.
Yeah.
And we also got a PayPal from Classic Friel for $2. Just Classic Friel pointing out Ibiza is a 2016 song by Mike Posner about Avicil being dead.
The more you know.
Da-na-na-na.
Exactly. Did you catch the portal being not closed and all that crap?
Yeah. I expected, because he doesn't go in that long after. I expected them to still be on that platform there. But yeah, I don't think I really clocked that it reopened. But
and that's a choice they made in visual effects, because it would already be open. It's just bizarre. It really is. Again, there's a lack of care in this episode in a few ways. But this is our first LED wall exterior for this show. However, I think it's one of the worst uses of the LED wall of all of them. I know it's their first one for this team, but there's some shots here that are disgracefully bad. Some are okay, but it's one of their worst uses. I'm sorry for them because this should be easy. This feels like an own goal of like how easy this one would be.
Yeah. I love how Jaden runs in with the rock, though. Big rock, one-handed over his head. That's kind of great. But yeah. He says it's a good day to die. No one's dying. He's my...
Chadich? No.
my cosine. What's that? Best man. And then the rock drops. I think that's hilarious. But he was ready to kick some ass for sure.
And that was interesting to me for a few reasons, because did they not say explicitly that this Klingon chap isn't violent and won't hurt things? But he's just like this rock. They do a boom thump sound, so it's heavy. This would break someone's skull with his strength in it. So he's going to kill people.
Not necessarily saying he's going to hit somebody with it, but he brought it in as a deterrent, as a intimidation thing. Very
fair, but today's a good day to die. He's branching it. I felt like he's the pacifist guy, and here he is very much ready, which is his friend. That makes sense, but
yeah,
I thought you're pacifist kind of vibe. But I did like the twist here, because I
could see him hurting somebody, not killing them, knocking a weapon out of their hand with the rock, something like that.
But if he's never hurt people, he wouldn't necessarily know his strength to hurt ratio. Because that's knowing how powerful you are as part of fighting, right? You control it. But I did like the twist here. I didn't expect it to be this, of course. What did you think when you first saw it being wedding abduction? Because that was absolutely out of nowhere.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I like the kidnapping him thing, basically usually you get kidnapped for your bachelor party or something. But
yeah.
It was kind of a shock, but I don't know how to answer the question.
I liked it.
It's fine.
Fun twist.
Yeah.
I like his crown as well. Fun crown.
Yeah, it looks like a crown of thorns.
Yeah.
It looks also very Greek mythology-like as well, so like the laurels.
Yes. And now we get our 6th thirst trap of this man's incredible body. And I will point out...
The way he's flexed as well, he got a tiny little head.
His pecs are bigger than his head, yes, when you combine them. Not the biggest legs, though. Focus on the top. Now,
That's very proportionately weird with the way he's sitting.
Yeah.
Like from the top view.
Now, I will say, as I said off screen previously, Stuart, where are the topless women or in underwear women looking this attractive? Because this is now, he's been thirst trapped so many times now. Where's the equality?
Well, we got Tarima's butt in underwear during the sex scene where she was getting dressed.
But we also had that was equality.
We got Genesis and Sam both in like their basically bikini in the dressing room.
But he was also the same level naked. You know, now there's one ode to the men.
I can't make that argument though, because usually it's the women that have been exploited for like the last 20, 30, 40 years. So
I know,
we've already had all of that.
But it just feels very intentional. They're showing, because he's a very wonderful specimen of a man, right? Very, very fit. They're making a choice to always show him for any reason like this, which is I do not care. It's just funny because once again he is half naked again.
Sussy Guruth 2000 throws in €5, so thank you. Another big blunder. The Athena isn't just a school, it's a starship with weapons of mass destruction as its standard armaments. And even the bridge is left unmanned. I had no problem with that because it's basically in building mode. And it was locked, essentially. Even the warp core wasn't powered up, so it would take somebody a while to steal it, you would assume. But
or 10 minutes if you can hack.
Yeah, I see the point. I see your point, but at the same time, it's like...
Well, in theory, it was meant to be no one in the set.
Yeah.
Like, actually powered down, but they had to turn stuff on for him, kind of. And he's obviously hacking as he goes to therefore have more stuff on. So he's breaking every regulation as he's going. He's not letting the stuff be turned off, right? So the whole thing is broken, I think, conceptually anyway. But at the very least, you'd have the hollow security, which we saw in previous episodes, like walking around. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, just assume he's just hacked everything on and not whatever. Well, why is he inside sunbathing? Why wouldn't he be on the roof? Because he's seeing it through glass, which presumably has a UV
Because
shield.
they didn't build a set for the roof, so they're going to use the set they built,
Oh.
which is expensive.
But would you agree there should be an LED wall on the roof? Be a better scene. Because
Yeah.
But she's back.
Classic for real. $2. Genesis does get down to underwear when Sam won't.
Yeah, they all got underwear in that shot. That was the point.
Yeah, but he's making another Genesis does what Nintendo don't joke. And not well.
So Genesis is here. Again, looking disheveled. And I know it's a very small thing, but in my filmmaker brain, it feels like she's filmed the same day as the other scene. But it's the next day after she went to Mumbai, she got on a shuttle, she left in the shuttle, she got told en route that her dad's cancelled, she's got on a shuttle back, she's beamed in, she's hacked the computer, she's here. All that stuff's happened in between, but it feels like it's the next hour. But, you know what I mean? A lot of time has passed, in theory, if this makes sense. It just feels like she's the same scene. I wish it was in different clothes or civilian clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes me out of it a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, she says she's back and she wanted to get ready for her next project, whatever. He's like, of course, she broke back into school to do homework, and they have a little back and forth about he's failing, whatever. Yeah, what's the plan? Walk around with no pants on? Sure.
Although she's kind of lying about everything as well, so it's kind of hard to know because she's really there just to get a code. So everything's kind of a pinch of salt from here on. Especially as she's trying to think, how do I convince him to help me? So my assumption is that she's actively pitching or going to pitch risky maneuvers, risky things, because he likes risky things, therefore he'll like her more, therefore he'll be more able to say yes. That's my interpretation, that she wouldn't normally do this, because she's a rule follower, right? Ain't rule follower here. It's a small note, but I think she's doubly playing him, which makes sense, because it's all riding on this, right? She's thinks she could get expelled, so yeah.
All right, and then we hear about a traditional Kionian marital abduction. Is that even a thing? Yes, it is. Thought you were being kidnapped. Yeah.
You were kind of being kidnapped.
I know. And this planet or this moon used to be all ocean, but it dried up and the core stopped spinning. So now they use it for their matrimony things, I guess.
I like that. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all good. My issue in this scene is that it looks bad. I mean, this is not a green screen.
This is what I was saying. It's just ugly. It's not. It's not ugly. It's cool, but at the same time, there's so much of this episode that's in this kind of light and this environment that it just doesn't. It bores me.
And Jill's saying about glass can let UV through. I mean, this is spaceship hull glass. It's not letting any UV through because you wouldn't want UV through when you're in space.
It could probably alter it.
Well, that's fine, sure, but it wouldn't be the standard to have it be fully protected. 86 votes, Stuart. I asked for 85. How was the episode? How do you rank it? By a stonking majority now, and with that more people, 64% say it is F tier. With everything else being not even getting obviously close. Second best was C at 15%, D at 14%, and B at 7%. Yeah. One more poll coming, guys. Vote straight away if you can.
Ray Rick still throws in £5, so thank you. I'm assuming she beamed to Mumbai. She found her dad was going to a symposium, then ran straight back to the academy. Can do that in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but he had to wait for everyone to leave and to pack down and to get the brief from Jet Reno saying, okay, don't go here, and to get to his thing. And then it, so it would be several hours at least because everyone have to leave for him to be feeling comfortable. So I would think the next day. But then all the times don't really make sense because they don't care, do they?
Yes, indeed. So let's see what we got. 49 of you here, 32 likes. Sorry, 51 of you here now. Hit that like button, guys, if you're just joining us. Let's get those likes up to 50. Let us know your thoughts. PayPal in or super chat in with your thoughts, comments about this episode. We do read them all. So if you want your voice and opinion out there, let us know.
Doing a new poll, and guys, do put in. We want to know what you guys think.
And while everybody's here, reminder again about tomorrow. We are doing a drunk yards tomorrow afternoon, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time. So come and join us for that. You guys can hang out with us, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, get us plastered drunk.
Yeah.
We'll see. It'll be fun. Come and join us for the afternoon.
Yes. And Jill, they're always on the ship. Every scene except special ones are on the ship.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. So yeah, here we meet his bride to be and her cosign. And we get the whole is he royalty here? Not yet. So he's gonna be married into a royal family. And no questions brought up about how there's a cosign here for him when this was a surprise to him. But that's fine. It's all good. It's nice meeting her. She's a nice, lovely lady. But yeah, I wish there would have been a little more. Like this could have been stretched into an A plot,
Okay.
where the cosigns do stuff together, or there's specific rituals, something. But anyway, nice seeing her.
Yeah, this is a funny one. Like I said before, and Burnt and Pole guys, this shot I stood on. This is not a green screen, but it's as flat and as poorly done as a green screen. It looks awful. Because the problem with the LED wall is that it is a flat wall, whereas a green screen shot, it would have digital depth because the scene's actually 3D. So this scene in particular, every single shot looks like 2001 green screen because it's just flat and dull. And which is weird because it's meant to be this giant landscape. It's all badly shot. All these, I don't like, for example, I don't think anything behind them, those tents are real. It's all just because they're also all just flat. There's nothing going on. This wide shot shows you kind of the edge, which is the rock thing, and there's a ring of light which are real, but they're so far away that in the close-ups they're all flat. For example, this shot where they're walking up, you can tell the wall is the grill, which is flat, and it looks like bad green screen. It looks like really, which it isn't. But it looks like bad green screen, and it really lets the scene down because it looks like this again. This close to the two ladies it looks so fake. Like you need stuff in the mid and foreground, whatever will work. But yeah, I like the lady-ish. I like it a lot less now, having seen it twice. I guess manipulative bitch. I don't know, whatever. But she's nice in the first watch, not so nice the second watch. And the cosign maybe is a friend of the production because she's got no part, but she's given a name and a role. You know? What if they had more scenes with her? I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't question the best man at all is daft. I guess the queen to be doesn't care, because why would she care? But you would think, I mean, you'd think that he would have picked his best man to be one of his friends back home, who he's known for his entire life, not the friends he's known for 6 months. And you'd have to get permission, I would think, to have a non-Conian at the royal wedding. They don't care. I care. I like story, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm. But they go off to talk, and then we cut to the next scene, which is arguably a very stupid scene. Toxic or non-toxic?
Yep.
Love how she sticks her hand in a thing, non-toxic, 3 in a row. But when he sticks his hand in a thing, no, you got to let it sit there a minute. She didn't do that. I also love how she reads his sample and says whatever she says, and then blah blah, also known as blah blah blah, and the also known as warp slug. He points out later. It's worth reading that.
And she's in theory one of those talented people at this museum of this. They're meant to be the best people in this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because she says one suborbital shelled slug, also known as blah blah blah. Yeah, we just saw her put her hand into the third thing that she did, put it in, pull it out, and he puts his in. It's non-toxic, but she's like, no, got to keep it in there. How is that fair? She is making the rules up as she goes, but that's fine.
Yeah, it is a weird scene. I mean, it's possibly the worst scene of the entire show so far.
It's just stupid, yeah.
Because, like I said, these are two A-star students with a Mary Sue guy and an admiral's daughter who's very good, and they're both actively putting themselves in unknown things. Now, you could argue that Doctor won't have any hazardous stuff in the place, but then the game wouldn't be a thing. The thing's also open just by open. There's no locking mechanism, so that's dumb by itself. They don't research them. That's dumb. And you can't just heal everything with a hypo spray, but I guess you can, which is also dumb. And the dialogue's dumb. The room is boring. And let's be honest for a second, Stuart. Do you really think he didn't feel the slug when he put his hand all the way down? The slug is giant. And he held his hand there for 20 seconds. Are you joking? There's no way he didn't feel the slug move. Even if he was asleep, he'd feel it. I did nothing about the scene works. Nothing, and they're much worse characters for it. Because you just lose respect for them as people. And then also, think about this: they're also contaminating every single one of the Doctor's samples with their DNA. So they're ruining every single sample she's got, especially, and they don't give a fuck. It's a terrible scene for everyone involved, and the fact they think this is good. Like, it would have been fine if it was maybe the storage room and it was like reserve supplies and it was, food gone off or not. You could have made it funnier, but everything about it doesn't work. And so it was fine the first time to watch, except dumb. Second time was just brutal, just really brutal. Yeah.
I love the way you describe things sometimes.
I'm a writer, Stuart. I'm a writer. The warp slug's fun, but also that could have been the whole episode. But
yeah, the warp slug's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does look very similar to the one on the Cerritos nacelle. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Maybe it could be. I like that.
But back to the Kionian moon.
With a much better use of the LED wall, having these multiple layers of set, that looks so much better. Until some of the close-ups. Because that looks horrendous and that looks horrendous. But the wides look okay.
Yeah. But this is the whole discussion. This is supposed to be a few years from now. We're not ready for this, are we? And she's like, well, my parents had a bit of a health scare, so they're abdicating early.
Like, so now.
Plans the 6-year plans kind of changed. So they do say 6 years, so yeah. And he's like, yeah, she's like, if you need to think about it, you have a think. And he's like, no, there's nothing to think about. We're good.
He's right in there. No hesitation. There's no the guy is acting fully committed. He's there. Which is why I generally thought the end he was going to be king and just hide it from the academy. Which would have been so fun. Jaden, hide the secret. I've been given official leave because I'm the king to have a year doing in sabbatical for me and the king, but I'm still the king, and then that comes to play season 2. Yeah. I thought it would have been so fun because honor would dictate that Jaden respects him more. He's a king. It has to be like Carl's like, oh, he's being mean to me. Yes, he is. Do not be mean to him back. Why not? No reason. Majesty. What? Nothing. That could have been really fun. Just saying.
Yeah. Sasaguru 2005 euros. These two belong in the agony booth for a month.
Well, it's a very Mirror Universe thing to do. Because it's stupid, and if someone dies, I don't care.
Yeah. And Royston Bailey, $2. How would you rank Starfleet Academy versus Enterprise seasons 1 and 2?
Oh.
Enterprise seasons 1 and 2 are way more Star Trek than anything Starfleet Academy has done. Like, don't get us wrong. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, I'm not talking for us. I'm talking for me. I like Starfleet Academy, but I think Enterprise has more heart and soul as far as Star Trek goes. It's like the prequels for Star Wars. You can sense that it's just George Lucas all over them, even whether you like them or not, whether they're good or not. You definitely get a feel from Enterprise that it's the Star Trek people that were responsible for Deep Space Nine and Voyager and stuff still working on it. You still get that feel. This is completely different.
Yeah, I mean, the space CGI is nicer because you can see everything. The sets are better because they're more logical and smaller. the cast is more balanced, I would say. And this Enterprise I'm referring to, the music's better, I would say, and it's more rewarding in Enterprise to see things you know, but because they're so far behind, it can be fresh again. Whereas this, they're so far forward, but it's so out of context that you can't really. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, season 1 is not good, but I think there's probably 10 episodes in season 1 that are good. There's only 10 in this season, and they're not all good. So just mathematically, it's a better season 1, and season 2 certainly is better. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that, actually. This is a teen drama in Trek, Enterprise's Trek. Says Michael Williams. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, certainly the character setup was better in this show because they focus more on character than story. Because Enterprise, you don't know much about Travis even 2 seasons in.
Yeah.
But there's not about them, right? It's about the story with them as part of the crew. Although you know Archer better than anybody, but that's also, he's the lead. There's not really a lead in this show except Jaden, who's actually lower lead.
Sesigiru 2005 euros. Even the worst of OG Trek is better.
But we knew that going in. It would,
yes.
But also, I want to briefly. TK says, "Oh no, hold on. Totally forgot to watch you guys. Was playing the Voyager game. It's definitely the worst episode. Just boring. How'd you forget about us, dude?
Voyager game.
Yes, but
that'll suck up your time pretty quickly. I played a little bit. So.
And then he commented back saying he's enjoyed it so far. Pretty limited voice acting, but if you like FTL Fast Light, you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I'm fine with the voice acting. I like anything's a bonus. Because I'm sure, getting Tim and Robert was like a percentage of the entire game's budget over 2 years of development was just to get them in. And you can't tell they filmed it in their own house. You know what I mean? Like, it sounded like they did some stuff because they didn't fly to Germany to film it. So that you can tell they're not, which is fine. They work fine, but like, you can tell they've done something with it, which is absolutely fine. It's great. Go buy it, play it. We want mods. We want other ships. Go buy it. Go buy the deluxe. Like, everyone should buy it just for the sake of getting more, because it's great. It's a really easy game to build more of because the graphics are relatively minimal, but that's fine. It works well.
So next scene starts out oddly. You're gonna Starfleet Academy flag. Then you cut to like models in Aki's office, and then all of a sudden you're back in the Arboretum.
Yes.
And then you're in the classroom. Just the model shot of the ships just seems a little out of place.
Yep.
But I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. But
we have stared at them in more detail than their show did.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to say anything about the last scene for a second.
Sorry.
So the dialogue's fine. I like the vibe. He's going to be king. He wants to be king. He embraced it very quickly. That's fine. Sorry about your family. So I guess her mum and dad were king and queen. And then his mum and dad are admirals or something. Because he says that in the first episode they're quite important. I guess. But they seem they kiss. They say love each other. It's quite sweet. They have a reasonably nice rapport. And he's happy to do whatever he needs to do. Bit of a shock though, today, right?
Yeah.
And then the slug thing, and it's a hyper spray scanner, not a phaser. And they teamwork, I guess. And then a very weird scene with Reno. It's just sort of there because they had an idea.
I mean, it was fun dialogue if you look at the subtitles, because it's where it's like, "Don't die. Are you okay? I'm glad you're alive." And it's kind of funny dialogue, but not necessarily needed. But
yeah, I would have preferred the EMH in this, because he would also like, where's he? Where is he? What is he doing? How did she break her toe?
Something about an impact door.
Why didn't she beam into this room? They really are pulling back from, because she's got full comm badge. Yeah. Why she walk with a broken toe to the room? Small thing, but she could have beamed to the surface. Well, they wouldn't have been able to hide, would they then? Because they should have been right there. That's why, because they didn't have the story.
Sesigiru 2005 euros. When this show is done, what would you prefer doing? Rewatching this show or rewatching Threshold 10 times back to back?
That's such a silly question for us, isn't it, Stuart?
Threshold's a great episode.
Yeah.
until like the last third.
Yeah, the acting is superb.
Yep.
It's actually a good episode until it isn't, but it's a good episode until it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Threshold's much better than this episode. Don't dig on Threshold. Go back and rewatch it. It's quite clever until it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised though that Jet Reno, who's quite, good at her job, can't hear.
Well, she's got Laura Falk in her ear, bipping about, don't die, don't die. Oh my God. It's okay. I'm good.
Okay, that I
Oh,
could buy.
thank God you're alive. I can't live without you. Like the dialogue coming from Laura is hilarious.
Okay,
Or Laura.
Yeah. Okay, that is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I almost wish, it's the small spy episode, but I kind of wish Jet had gravitated towards the Can't Live Without You. She's like, oh, Pooh Bear, you noticed that before? What? I must, like they could have had even bigger talk, because that's a big thing to say, you'd think. They've been together 8 months, whatever. Yeah. And they bonded.
Yeah.
Basically, because they've not had that much time together the entire show. Because this is the big bonding scene. Because that's what it's there for, right?
Yeah. Then we get him talking about the job of the Cosine. You're gonna have to give a speech. And Jaden's like, I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna sweat doubly just on principle because he gets sweats and nervous when he speak in front of people. So
he also doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Basically, he does not like him, so he's not gonna. Yeah.
And it's a good discussion about Jaden's like, you're doing this for your parents. You're not doing this for you. You want to be at Starfleet Academy. You're doing this for your parents. And Darum says, yeah, well, you cut and run from your family. I'm not going to do that for mine, which really pisses Jaden off. Rightfully so. He says he's not going to be there for the toast.
Really interesting scene across the board.
That might be later, that part. This is because this leaves with him saying, I'm going to be the officiant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I love the public speaking thing because, that's a good character thing. It's like, oh, God. But he is the guy that helped him. That works really well. But it's interesting. So he says about the do it for your family, and later on he says he's not doing it for his family, he's doing it for his race. So there's a lot of like, because
well, no, it's not necessarily true because Darum does say, if it'll make my parents happy and be proud of me, it's going to be worth it. Because we've seen before in other episodes, he wants to make his parents proud of him, and they just don't give a shit about his Starfleet career.
So well, he's king. Why would they? It makes more sense now.
This is the one thing that would make them happy. So
as it should, because he's king. But he the way he jumps saying it's not for them, he's not saying that. He actually really means it. The parents thing is a bonus, which is fair, but it's not the main reason. It's not to please his. It's because this is what he, this is his role, etc. And it's interesting that he specifically says as he gets angry about no, that's later. About you're right about the Klingon you abandoned them. That's later.
Yeah, that's
okay. That's later.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. And that walk-off shot, I know it's a very small thing, but that walk-off where he walks into the LED wall, they have to do such a zoom lens to not make it clear that that's a flat wall, that now looks like a flat wall. That looks awful. There's two walk-offs into the... It's so 2000... Like, Enterprise had better shots, 2001 with a less budget.
Maybe that's why I felt funky about these scenes. Something felt off to me. And I just said in the first review, it was just ugly. It's not really ugly per se. It's just... Yeah, something was just off.
Because this shot's fine because he's in a real structure and then the outside's not real.
Yeah.
But there's so many bad which aren't composites. Like, let's say this one's absolutely diabolically bad. It's because you have to film with the limitations of the volume in mind. And they've not done that. And it shows, and that's a problem. Because Discovery did a surprisingly good job. I mean, they've so many scenes. They over-relied on it. But I can't. The only one I can think this bad is the snow one, because you could kind of see the edge of the snow because I remember they lost their memories because there was always a foreground, but the snow was always so far away because that's how big the set was. But they hit it okay, but I could see it and you could see it. But this is real bad. And then you get, I'm guessing, a cute scene. What I thought though was that hey, so the wide shot that's the place that the guy got attacked last week. You can tell by the structure of the thing. That's where. So this set is where they put the corridor thing of the rings. It's in the hallway because I can see the same set piece.
Yep,
makes sense. Just big open set. I also thought, wouldn't this floor be kind of dirty, or would you really want to lie on the designated
it's
airlock
the future.
door?
It's sanitized by dots every day.
Well, where are
It's
they
fine.
today then? Okay. And very.
They're on vacation too. They're visiting their families.
You know what? I'm gonna buy that. And they've all got names, according to whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I like how this is shot because it's the same. Every angle's the same, but they reverse it, so it's confusing but also clear. I think I like how it's shot, but it's also very one-dimensional in how it's shot.
Yeah,
it's weird. And I also love how they have a flashback to. He's about. Oh, you'll talk about this in a second, but this stood out to me. He's flashbacking to when he's having sex with Tarina, and he's flashbacking to his flashback inside a flashback. Because he flashbacks remembering the flashback. It's a small thing, but it's an inception of flashbacks. Just made me smile a little bit, just for some. What happens in the scene there, Stuart?
basically she's asking how Tarima was, and he's like, I haven't really talked to her, and she's like, what? For 4 weeks. According to Occam, she's fine. What? Seriously? You're kind of being an asshole. And then he goes on to say, when we basically had sex and got close, she saw some shit that I didn't want her to see, and it freaked me out. It scared the hell out of me, he says. So
it's just a
and she's
retreading
like,
the last episode, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And she's like, I get that, but so what's next? Water skiing with the dots.
Oh,
Climbing the ceiling on our mag boots.
yes.
And she says the captain's chair. But she's like, I love his reaction. It's like, no, that's not happening.
I liked him there.
Yeah.
Even I have
That's
limits.
a court-martialable offense. Yeah.
And this is where the A plot of it should be a thing. It would have been so interesting to see him actually have to work out, okay, the only way to get into the bridge is to EVA walk at this hour to avoid detection and then use the... But he does it. It's so effortless that he feels genuinely saying that's too difficult. That feels real here. It's really easy, it turns out, or at least same day. But I do like the second watch that this doesn't feel as random. Be on the bridge. Oh no, she needs to... Everything's about that. It makes this scene I like better second time.
Yeah, she mentions that Aki's going to put her on the command track, and he's like, "Why are you trying to torpedo your career before it even starts? When will I ever get a chance to sit in the captain's chair?" And he's like, "You have. Your dad's an admiral. Yeah, but that's his chair, and that's the problem with following in someone's footsteps. Is there someone else's footsteps?" I kind of like the discussion, but I don't agree with the logic.
But she's lying out her teeth. She's using.
I know she is.
So that works better in a second time. But I also found it a little bit funny, silly that the way she frames this scene and the next scene about sitting in the captain's chair, blah blah, is the exact problem that she has with it's her father's chair, her father bridge. This is Aki's chair and Aki's bridge. Yeah. So it's no more hers. But the way she frames the scene, this will be more mine. It's a very small note. I just wish she framed it more as I want the experience of something new, but it wasn't quite. Yeah. But it works better second time knowing that it's a ploy. I just wish he'd... Because you would think, yes, this and engineering would be almost impossible. It'd be like deadlocked and need hyper permission. Which is interesting because in episode 1, I know they're new, but they couldn't do things without the permission of teachers, and we commended them for that. We're 7 in. It'd be so nice if they couldn't hack everything and they had issues. Devalues it a bit, difficulty-wise.
The next scene... Okay, we get to the formal dress wear for the wedding, and unfortunately, when I first watched this, Jaden from the waist up, that looks like a formal evening gown. It looks very much like a dress. Later, when you see the full thing, it's very ceremonial and looks fine, but I don't like the way they framed this because we already have people every 5 seconds saying, "What, Klingon wearing a skirt?"
Which is this whole episode, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But then this adds to that fuel because it looks like an evening gown in this first scene. Later, when you see it, it looks more formal, like it would be part of a, and that's fine. But that just bugged me immensely. 'Cause don't give the haters more fuel. I just hated that.
They also filmed this a year ago. And if
I know, but they had to know.
I mean, they did. They didn't know the other logical things that happen. See, as I said, the first time the skirt thing came out, I've done Roman reenactment where you wear togas, which are just long dresses, but they were Italian dress for the heat in Italy for hundreds of years. So socially, I'm used to that thing. That's what all men and women wore. Even that, I mean, women would be thinner because floaty, but that's it. So for me, it's like, okay, whatever. And men should get to wear whatever they want anyway. And this looks great as a costume piece to me. I get Jedi vibe out of this personally, like tight Jedi. You add a cloak to this and a medallion, and bam, you've got a Jedi from the sequel trilogy. Which is not necessarily the best compliment, but I think it looks really cool, and the fabrics are fantastic, and the way he says this is like at coral from the sea, and it's actually a wet garment that's, as it dries to your shape, therefore it fits you properly. So suffer now. And given that he's who's just came to the planet today or yesterday, had a rush of outfit from, that kind of makes sense. But I like the idea of a wet living dress that's coral, and it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, he says a Cozine's kilt is made of threads of wet coral. It needs time to set. So yeah,
what a great idea.
Why it's cold.
What a great, and his jacket as well looks great. Weird, but great.
Lovely his jacket looks awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Although I was surprised that him ripping it played zero part of the plot.
I think it's just he overreacted to it because everything has to be perfect for his parents to be proud of him. So it's never really talked about again. But yeah.
Speaking of,
like, calm down.
Speaking of, are his parents at the wedding or not?
Yes.
Who were they?
I'll show you when we get there.
Okay, and why did they have no dialogue given they were a huge part of the previous episode's entire arc?
Good question, but yes.
His entire arc is his parents aren't proud of him. And we have no idea if they were there. Like, confirm with no idea, right? Because they're just people at the wedding. I don't know. Weird that. But now this scene, they bitch. This scene, because he's stressed. He's getting married today. And a little bit, like you said, of the romance thing. He gives him his jacket. Very classic chivalry thing for a cold person. That's very, I guess, gay coded is what you would say. And also the way sleeveless is also a gay coded thing. So he's more of a nightclub vibe.
And looks like he's got makeup on.
Oh yeah,
he's very overdone. And then with the crown or the laurel thing, whatever. Yeah, But
it is his wedding day attire, and it works well as a full ensemble. Just when you subdivide it, it's a bit like, you are clubbing afterwards.
Yeah. This is where Durham's like, I'm here and I'm not going to bail on my family and my world. I can't just do what you did and cut and ran. And then that's when Jane gets pissed and says, tell yourself whatever you want. I'm sure you'll find a way to live with yourself. You always do. That's my Cozine toast. You can deliver it yourself. I'm out of here. And don't blame him, because, that was an asshole thing to do.
They're both assholes here.
Yes.
And they're both kidnapped.
One justifiably so. One justifiably so.
Which one?
Jaden.
Justifiably an asshole.
Because he was already an ass.
Oh, yeah. And it's his wedding day. He got kidnapped today, possibly, so.
Yeah. Ray Ricks, 2 pounds. What Jaden wears isn't that different to a scant. Correct. I'm getting so sick of this fucking argument. People with wearing skirts and then scant pictures showing up, and it's every group, every post.
But of course, Gene and the team did remove scants from production very quickly, so they also acknowledged it was a bad choice. Even though they exist, they were never seen again. So, but yeah, this scene's
Classic for Real throws in $2 in PayPal. It says Classic for Real pointing out cosines get along very well with the zines and the tangents. Huh? Yes.
I feel like there's names for other alien races, best men, women. I feel like that's what he's referencing.
Maybe
like a Beta Z thing at a wedding. I feel like that's what he's referring to.
Maybe.
So yeah, this scene's interesting because everything about this scene is what he does at the end. I've made a promise I'm not going to break. He makes promise he breaks. I can't leave my people, my race, my wife. He does. I'm not like you. I can't just betray my people and run away. He does. Everything is seen is bitching at. He does whole cloth, and he's so committed here. There's no bullshit here. He's fully sincere. He's saying, "I'm not like you. I have a promise." He's a coward. He's a coward that lets himself down, lets his people down, and it's a shame. I like him less now for the end because everything that's seen is like why he's not doing it. I mean, he kind of forced into it, but I mean, it means he can bond now with Jaden, who did let his people down, whatever. But it's like, yeah, you're breaking your own promise, breaking your oath. Oh, hypocrite. Yeah.
It's a math, geometry, trigonometry joke, says Classic Friel. The cosines, I gotcha.
Speaking of trigonometry joke, they get onto the bridge somehow, and they play it like it's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
At least something would have been fun to say, oh, that was a challenge.
Yeah. I wish there was more with them hacking it. I wish there was more with the reason Jet showed up. Like, he didn't do as good a job as he thought he did.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been great. But
oh, yeah, if it went, and then, Jet's just like, intruders in the bridge? Oh, done. That's all you'd have to have had to make that scene work better.
Yep.
Or,
yep.
I wish what you said about your 5 minutes, I wish he meant literally, like, my hack will last 5 minutes. Hurry. That also would have been okay. It's a time-based thing. But the way they play it is so lackadaisical. Not just that, I guess he also unlocked every single system with the command captain override, as in everything's locked.
And was able to actually belay the order. Like, why is the computer recognizing his ability to belay somebody's order? Somebody that's sitting in the captain's chair. I mean, the computer should know it's not, but that's fine.
Because
I'm going to randomly listen to somebody that says belay that order. Okay.
Yeah, because they turn on pretty much everything.
Navigation, then impulse, then something else, and then she does the warp drive.
Yes.
Or the warp core, and that's when she shuts her down.
And you can bet your bottom dollar that somebody at Starfleet HQ, well, I guess, San Francisco quarters, will go beep beep, sir, the Athena's impulse engine's turning on. What? Beam someone over there. Within a minute, 30 seconds. Because that thing is fusion-powered engines. And that looks like you're stealing the ship. And there's a sound. As soon as that happened, I'm like, that's what, at least that triggered Jet must have been. But to think they could turn that and the warp core on and not have instant security from Starfleet is laughable. Even though ship's in orbit, we'll be able to beam someone down in 1 second. Like, as in within a couple of seconds. So you can't really believe this scene. It's not everything about it doesn't work, unfortunately. And that's a problem, because it's quite an important scene. And I would have been fine with everything they turn on that they know can't be detected. Each other. Well, no, you don't. No, you don't know, Stuart. You don't know. But you know what I mean? Have they turned on, all the small systems, knowing they won't get caught? Would have been kind of cute. What could we turn on that no one knows? But why the hell do you turn on the warp core? That shit gives off readings. You will be caught.
Susiguru 2000 throws in €5. Oh. And where is their Harry Kim for the night shift on the bridge?
Yeah. It's also hard to believe that even in no one's there won't be people monitoring. It's 4 days. Of course there would be somebody, at least a hollow security. The whole thing doesn't make sense. It's a problem because first watch, you just kind of watch it. Second time, it's just unbelievable. And the fact that she thinks that her quick ploy of, I'll turn everything on, so you have to turn it off, is enough a strategy to not, like, of course you're going to get caught. You just turned. And then when she turns, it's in her hand and she has it open. Like this. Like, as in, what did you put? What? It's very strange. It's a very strangely filmed scene that doesn't work on any level, pretty much. Would you agree?
I like how he asked. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like how he asked, like, what makes you want to jeopardize your spot at the Academy and mine?
Yeah.
Like, I love his acting here because he thought, a lot of red flags today, but I just went with it thinking, she's trying to be cool.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But no, it was all bullshit. Like I love his anger here because it's very appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, she portrayed him in several ways. And we both really like the fact that he wants to be here. He's not that douchebag kid that's trying to that we teased in episode 1. He's trying to escape every episode. He's actually committing. He's brought his mum almost never, to the point of almost never. and he really wants to be here. So this is a huge deal. That said, given how they treated this, even if he did it himself, she wouldn't have thrown him out. She likes him too much.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously a sense of favoritism and non-repercussions, which is a shame because this is, I mean, how much, seriously, without stealing the ship, how much bigger a crime is there than to break into the bridge of the starship while on holiday, while being the person allowed on the ship, while explicitly not allowed to go anywhere? Is there a bigger thing?
Murder.
No, Aki might like this less because it's her bridge.
I like how he's like, why are you doing this? And you didn't fake your test scores. Why do you need your application and all this? She's like, why do you care? He's like, why? Because you used me to get in here.
Yep.
If I was trying to mess up my life as badly as you're about to mess up yours, you try to stop me. And that's when Jet chimes in. Oof, weighty words. I thought I left my pad in here, but no. Just a couple of cadets in the deepest of shit. I love that.
I just really wish she started the scene by saying, wasn't smart to put the impulse engines on, was it, guys? Rather than the pad joke. Because if she's serious, then what the chances she walked in this second?
Or your hacking's not as good as you think, Caleb.
Or I let you do this to see what you do, to dig your own grave. I don't get the pad joke. It's a stupid... The ending's good, right, but the first bit's not very good. And I'm thinking they got caught. Okay. Problems? Twists? Turns, maybe? Back to the planet. And I was shocked they actually got married.
Yeah, they did the whole thing.
And it's lovely. Everyone looks happy. There's no hint of whatever. There's not many people at the wedding, I will say.
I was going to say, not very big wedding, but...
But they say it's a tiny one, so they do put that all in the dialogue. But I didn't even for once think in the first watch, where are their parents? Where's the king and the queen? His parents...
Well, the king and the queen are behind her. It's the black guy and the other lady.
Is she meant to be black? Half black?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I guess be adopted, but okay, cool. So the king and the queen, cool.
And then the people behind Durham are his parents, with like an elderly gentleman beside them, and then probably a brother or something.
No, the guy on the left was the guy that kidnapped him. I recognize the beard.
Maybe a brother or like a original best man. I don't know. But yeah, those are his parents. And he talks to them later and says thanks for the advice or something before he moves over.
This was his entire story arc. His parents haven't talked to him in 6 months.
I know. We should have had some kind of light dialogue from them, but they were also listed in the credits as his parents.
Okay, so. Excellent. What? Yeah. The problem that I didn't even think about that and his plot line in the first watch shows how bad it's been done.
Yeah.
And they're going to hate him more now because they're meant to be the king's parents, and now they're...
Well, there might be repercussions from his parents in the next episode.
Well,
we don't know.
At the very least, disowned. Yeah. I mean, your entire life, and you just abdicated for no good reason. I mean, they're not going to speak to you now, are they? You've done screwed yourself so hard here. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love how my Kozan, who should be here, is here. President accounted for. I love that, the way he stepped up.
I don't understand why he waited the entire wedding. And then
he was looking for somebody that had a traditional, or like the artificial singularity point wormhole. I couldn't find anybody. So he just said, fuck it.
That's also the vibe I got.
Because why is almost over.
Because why is he forgiving it? There's nothing between it that generates a forgivingness.
Yeah.
Normally you need reconciliation, but he just is here. I guess he's cooled down, but doesn't change. Yeah. Looks great in the cape though.
Yeah.
With the sparkles. I'd like this outfit. It's a cool thing. And I like his speech. It's a well-written speech.
I was just going to say, yeah, very well done.
Which also speaks to him saying he doesn't know the responsibility version of him that you all know. And I respect him that he is giving up everything to be this guy.
Yes. He's
supporting him in everything he's doing. And yet the wife hears that the reverse of what he's saying. It's weird.
It's great. It's great.
I'm kind of wondering if she wanted to be Queen Solo anyway, and this is her excuse. That wasn't in the performance, but I kind of feel like maybe she met somebody who really...
Oh, then it's definitely a mock time. Yeah.
Steal from the best.
If you didn't want me, Stone would have me, and blah, blah, blah.
Because the way she has all the power in Get Lost, it feels like she already had her mind made up. Like as a,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because
But it would make more sense if she was actually thinking, "Oh, you've been
they look
away."
genuinely happy here, and
I
then
know.
as the speech goes on, she's like looking at him like, this isn't the person that this is the person you truly want to be because you want to love stuff. Like I love that, but yeah,
That's where we're going to disagree, Stuart. We'll get into it in a little bit.
I know I don't want to talk about it again
I know, but it's a nice
because
wedding.
you're absolutely right, and I'm not. So
No, you're probably right in some way too. But the speech is great, and I like the fact that he could not have done this, Mr. Klingon chap, a few episodes ago, and there's no like he's not. There's no element of he's sweating or anything. But the fact now in the second watch with you the review, I'm like, oh, good guy. He just gave a speech to the king and queen of a planet, with the ex-king and queen next to them, and your friend's parents. That's a huge audience, and he's absolutely fine. So well done.
yeah,
He was passed out the last time.
yeah. But it was a very good speech. Love the little toast at the end, and Darum then leans in and whispers, "I love you" to her. So
And she says,
well, she kisses him, and that's
she
it.
says jack shit. It was at that moment I knew he'd fucked up. No, I was genuinely excited him being king. I thought it was such a nice twist. Everything here I thought was really, really interesting. Anyway, back to the office. And they're getting expelled, right? But for breaking probably the biggest rule at the academy, which is don't almost steal the ship.
Well, I love this. Basically, she has imposter syndrome because her references originally said that she doesn't have the confidence she doesn't think she should be where she is. So she's got imposter syndrome, but she altered that. So apparently for the original application, they didn't bother contacting her references. They just looked at the words that the references wrote, quote unquote. Yeah, yeah, she's got imposter syndrome. She doesn't have the confidence to think that she deserves to be where she is, which is the perfect reason to take her out of the command track if she doesn't have the confidence. So I like it. I like the way Aki approached it. Even Caleb's like, why? Like, cadet, why? Yeah. Again, a great scene. I don't really buy her reasoning behind why she wanted to do what she did, but it's fine.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? This is not TNG, where they have picked the best of the best who've had psych evals, all that stuff.
Exactly.
All that stuff isn't here, clearly, because it's true from both perspectives, right? If she's being judged by her parents' name, and you are damn well sure he's said, make sure she's in the academy, which is fair. Admirals thought fine, it's all fine. But even if she's amazing, she's always going to think, did I get her? This is why, you should hire based on merit, not necessarily based on other things, because did she earn her place? Don't know. And even if she is earning her place, did she earn the original place, etc.? So she's right to feel air, but also shut the hell up. All leaders are scared at the start. If you're not, you're an idiot, right?
Yeah.
You need fear. Fear, all these things build you up. So at this point, if you're ready for the command track, like the real command track at 20, having no experience, you probably shouldn't be in the command track because you're too cocky. It's too much, right? Which is why the guy who is cocky in this episode, who's the king currently, he's a bad choice for captain currently because he is too cocky. He lets people down. She isn't. That's why she's better. You know what I mean? That is a journey. So both make sense. It's just she's a kid, doesn't know any better. As wish she got punished meaningfully.
I like how Aki even says acceptance here is not contingent on references.
I'm
not going to expel you, but I can't recommend you for the command track. Like,
well, yeah, she shouldn't be rewarded for breaking the rules. Losing opportunity is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sessiguru 2000 puts in €5, or the writers just forgot he had that issue.
No. It's been 6 months. I'm fine with it. But I am mildly annoyed back to the wedding. They shall be blue here, and there's not even a single sentence towards why aren't you in your natural state or your main state. They've forgotten that they're not humans, I guess. I need one line.
Like it.
All they had to do was when he beamed in Mr. Klingman and had the boulder, they go from blue to then this. Not in front of outsiders. And the rest of the time they're hiding, which would have been very annoying because it's like, damn, I'm to hide my true self because one guy's here, but best man. One line dialogue, right?
Yeah.
But imagine the budget difference in painting all these people in full makeup. Bloody hell.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Then they might have given Mum and Dad lines at that point, wouldn't they? 8 hours of makeup? Are you kidding? But I like how Aki is a leader here. She feels more captain than teacher. It's a subtle distinction, but she is growing, you know? So I'll just get back to that scene for a second, but I'm scrolling.
No, it's a great scene. I think she handles it very well. Yes, people are like, why didn't they get expelled? Well, as they just basically said, this is the first year back to the academy. As you said, basically. It's not like TNG era where there's like so many fucking applicants. And they really have to. We got Pickford, for crying out loud. Cadet Pickford. That's the lady that has like panic attacks.
Yeah.
Like
the bar is low.
Lower than TNG. Yeah. Like she could probably have amazing test scores, Pickford, but just can't.
Yeah, she's not had the psych eval. She's not had the tests to prove. And Jill says the Aunt blew on a ceremonial moon because there's no water. I thought. I mean, yeah, he was.
That's what I got from that too.
But he was not. He was blue in the airlock, and then in space with no water, so he doesn't need water to be blue.
No, they don't need it. I just wish we could have seen a scene on their homeworld that this moon was orbiting, because you saw it's all water. It's got storms all over it.
Oh,
I want to see a scene there where they were blue.
Can you imagine the amount of bakeries that made wedding cakes with the bride and groom on? And because that's tomorrow, I think they said this is the next day, so they've had to tell a city get rid of the husband out of the cakes for the entire thing. All the balloons that say happy married couple, all the things say king queen. That's a lot of spray painting out the king, because boy, they've
Spray paint out that king.
Seriously. So now the scene we're not going to agree on. Do you want to go first? No, you should go first because mine's more negative. But I'll summarize it, then you can give your thoughts.
Sure.
He's talking to his parents. No, he's talking to her parents.
Her parents, yeah.
Saying something very minimal. Well, I like the set piece. This is a nice. I like this tent. It's nice. She's standoff. She's now the queen currently, so she's standoffish. He goes up to her being happy, and she very quickly shuts him down, saying, "I have to talk," and you can tell it's a breakup instantly. That's she's been broken up with before. She knows the tone. And although no one can hear her and him, and yet Jaden knows he's abdicating, I guess he's overhearing. I don't know. And she basically gives him absolutely no choice but to abdicate the throne, to nullify the marriage, and to get off the planet and back to Starfleet Academy. She gives him no choice. She's very certain. She says it's for his own good, but we'll debate that in a minute. And then she walks away, and he doesn't really get a chance to argue back, despite saying, "I love you." He's until the last beat, he's trying to stay. He's very committed. It's interesting. And then Jaden says, "Get off the planet. We'll get off the planet." That's my summary of the scene, Stuart. Now you talk about the scene.
Yeah, she says, "I want you to abdicate. Ruling this planet is a two-person job, but I'm going to be the first woman to do it by myself." Change and all
Ever.
that.
Big deal.
And obviously the person that he was describing is not the person I know. The people pleaser. So if that's who you really want to be, if that's who you really need to be, if that's really who you are, go do that. Go walk on starship hulls. Go do the adventurous stuff. Because I don't want
Be free.
don't want you to be here out of a sense of duty or obligation.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be happy, because they are best friends. They did say that. They do love each other, I think.
Yeah.
So you just didn't want to keep him captive and have him be a yes man or a brown noser and not really know who the real him is. But yeah, that's, I think, all I have to say about
And
it.
you like this scene? You like the energy, and you like all the stuff, and you buy
I do.
it?
I do. Yeah, because he's basically wanted to please his parents his entire fucking life. So he had no sense of who he was until he got away. And then he can be cocky asshole man because that's what he's like. He wants to be more assertive, but he has to please his parents. He has to please, all the people around him, do what's expected of him. And now that he's out and at Starfleet Academy, he can be him.
Well, before I jump into my thing, in episode 2 or 3, They explicitly say he's had various polycules and various sex escapades, and given the academy is very new,
He says that though. That's his word. A lot of people say that kind of stuff as bluster and bravado, and they don't really, it's not really true.
not that's a fair point, but she says he's quiet and restrained, and yet he's instantly bragging about banging lots of people. Did he just bang people without her knowing on his planet? And because that's the thing, if he was quiet to her
No.
but doing his own thing, because I don't think
He
you'd suddenly
he
become.
hasn't he hasn't banged many people. He's just saying that to be a build himself up in other people's eyes. It's
You
all
think?
bravado. It's not actually, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like one of those tough guys that look so tough and they act so tough, but when you get to know them, they're the biggest teddy bears in the world. They wouldn't hurt anybody. It's the same thing. He was not going
But
to use
that
people
but
and
that
sleep with everybody he meets.
but that 100% confirms he's putting on an act with being bravado, which means he isn't actually cocky. He's actually quiet, pretending to be cocky because he wants to
Yes.
impress people. So he's not this guy
He-
that they think he is. He's actually the
but he
quiet
wants to
guy.
be. He wants
That's
to
not
be.
good. Why does he want to be a cocky
I don't know.
asshole that bangs people without morals and not be a king? That's not a fun thing to. Well, it's a fun thing to be. It's not a good thing to be. But guys, the poll. Those want to do a new poll on this. 65 votes, very close. Question was, which is the worst episode so far? This one or laser tag? And this one wins by 10%.
It was tied for a while.
Okay.
And there's 52 of you here and 40 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up to 50 if we can. Don't forget to super chat or PayPal in with your thoughts, comments, and get it in your mind now. You got to rank this out of 10. So consider that and get ready to PayPal or super chat those in as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you guys think about this episode after our discussion.
Just doing a new poll now. And guys, a few more super chats would be great, but do pin some review scores in the PayPal. It would be amazing.
Yeah. They seem like unequal partners. She has the authority to make him resign. Oh yeah, because she actually is royalty as of now. He is now because they got married. But when he abdicates, then yes, yeah.
Oh, goddamn character limit.
Damn it.
Okay, poll, there you go. Vote if you can. Yeah, so first time I watched this, I was getting more annoyed as it went on. Second time, I really disliked this scene. Because for me as a writer, and I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, it's how I took it, I dislike her entire speech pretty much. Because if the actor who plays this lad showed I don't want to be here at any point, true I don't want to be here, the actor would have made that choice, but he's fully committed the entire time towards his duty, his honour, his people, his plan, her, leaving the academy. He's fine the entire time, which means her putting on to him that he wants to be not here is her adding to him. He's fine. He's.
Can I jump in for
Yeah.
1 second?
100%.
Because I just came a line of dialogue from her.
Yeah.
She said, "You've seen a different path, and you had every chance in the world to tell me that. But instead, you started our life together with a lie." And she says, "I deserve more than that." So she thinks that he lied to her because he didn't just lie through omission. Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's like, oh, I quite enjoy being a single man in Ibiza, but I didn't tell my wife that, therefore I'm a liar. No, he's picking you. He's being because he's being an honourable, good guy here about doing his birthright honour to be the king, to help her. And you would think also someone who's always there to support her, which is what she says he is a really good thing. Now I get that she wants him to be 100% there, like 100%. I get that. Obviously she's right in that regard, but how many things in life do we do because we know we have to, and we'd rather do something more fun? But
Why am I here on this live? Because I have to be.
It's also fun though, somewhat. Sometimes. And that's what we do. So it's intriguing that the whole episode is the needs of the man, but she's forcing him out. 100% it's her idea. He always wants to stay. So she's kind of the bad guy.
He told Jaden earlier that he didn't want to leave the academy.
But that's because that day he got kidnapped, told he was being married. He hadn't adjusted yet. Give him a week. He's probably like, I'm good. Like I said, the whole time he was fine to stay with her. I was really commending him for that. It's just weird because you do your duty, you do your honor. This is what royalty is. and it's a really good deal. And I don't know, he's a really selfish guy to want to throw everything under the bus just to go have fun and then be a Starfleet officer. It's a really selfish thing to do, and it's like I said, he's been blacklisted from his society, he'll be thrown out. I mean, it's pretty, and that's why I kind of like the looks that everyone gives him when she tells them, because they're like, "Are you fucking kidding? You're abandoning your entire species to go play Starfleet officer, you prick!" And also, she's married my daughter. I've known you your entire life. I don't know. Like I said, I think I know he's the arsehole bully for the first episode, but I liked him. Now he's the arsehole bully, coward, selfish guy who I like less now, because I think he should have. This is a horrible character move for him, in my opinion. And the way James is like, "Let's go," is like, God damn, yeah. But he's an arsehole. He lets people down. That's his character arc. I just didn't realize it'd go up until the point of abandoning the entire family and species. Yeah, it could have been written much better. I just think as a writer, I really just liked almost the entire framing. Yeah.
Let's see how many people we got. We have 54 people watching and 42 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up to 50 and vote in the poll. There's currently 26 votes and 54 of you here. Let us know your opinion on this.
Vote. But I do. The one thing I do like about like December is that they were not friends, Jaden and this guy, at any point. That's made clear. Colleagues, fine. But the fact that he also betrayed his family to be himself is literally what the Klingon chap did. He betrayed his warrior code to be a healer. So they can now bond. So now, you'd say early on, they might get romantic. They've both done the exact same character arc, and honor is as important as being royal to Klingons, right? So you could argue it's the same rough level, So I like that they'll now bonded forever because this is a giant thing to do. Now they're friends. Just saying. And then we're back to the academy, like, nothing's happened, but back we go. Back we are.
Yeah. I do like this conversation, though. Congratulations. For what? For realizing that essentially you're an asshole.
Yes. It makes
and
sense.
Kyle comes up and he makes fun of his sunburn. Because, yeah, you shouldn't have a sunburn. You should get that fixed.
He's choosing to have sunburn still. I get it could be a souvenir of the trip. It's not hurting him, clearly. But it's like, why is he choosing to keep sunburn? Don't
know. Yeah. And they must have been here a while, because he does say, Jaden told me about the ceiling. And Darren looks at him like, bitch, you did what?
That's a pretty inappropriate thing to tell him about. Apart from I got kidnapped.
Well, yeah, why didn't you show up at the island? Yeah. It's, well,
I was kidnapped to Cleonia.
You're not going to believe me if I tell you. No, please tell me.
Yeah.
I got kidnapped. Well, not really. I followed kidnappers and ended up being a best man for a wedding that got annulled.
That my beautiful words of sincerity ruined. Well,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't add that part in and talk about the story.
But I publicly spoke to a king, queen, another king, queen. That's true. But it's a big deal to tell him. That's why I was still in screen cap. It's like, dude, you told him. Yeah. And then we get the only thing I thought in this scene was why they got mops from like Walmart. I know they don't care about design the same way Trekyard did. They have zippers and they don't care. But this hero prop feels like a thing out of a Walmart, and every single prop in TNG was custom designed, even for the kit bash of other things. And this is just a mop. And I don't need a space mop, but it stands out like a sore thumb of he's wearing a hoodie with a zip and he's got a mop. Letting yourself down, Academy. You're in the mega future. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just a lack of care and attention to the show, which I wish they had, because seriously,
Yeah. this is an interesting conversation, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you haven't stopped thinking about her. And he's like, well, kind of did for a minute, implying that him and her were kind of a thing. But he's
And
like, yeah,
and it's very
she's,
small the way he says it. It's like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And she's like, call her, talk to her. If she's angry at you, just leave a message. And
Mm.
after everything you say, just send it. Just
Mm-hmm.
go with it. So, no,
Yeah,
I think it's good.
because they're not really a romantic partnership yet in any real way, but they're built something more. And it could go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of good. There's not a love triangle. It's just they're people of their own free will, you know? And then he clearly films the scene right after he filmed the first version of the scene at the start. He hasn't moved. It feels like that, which I wish they'd at least take the jacket off or something. I think the speech is okay. I kind of tuned out at this point, I'll be honest. In second viewing, I was like, I'm going to talk to you in a bit. So I don't know what he said. I'll be honest.
I just want to call this now, to say this now, because I said it in the first episode, and then there's been evidence since. I think that Caleb and Genesis in the end are going to hook up. Yeah, sure.
Oh, hook up for sure. Yeah.
Him and Tarima are very like hot and heavy at first, but I think it's going to be Genesis and him at the end. So that's what I'm hoping for anyway. But
Because slow burn versus immediate,
yeah, satisfaction.
well, chemistry.
The chemistry was oozing off the screen when they first met. Like that was really well done.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then you get a very, very quick little moment scene, with one shot of the things falling. I'm like, oh, is that it? Two shots, I suppose. And I like their modernistic music, playing over. I think Jaden and Kyle are definitely a couple because he's really holding him. I mean, there are. I know you assume they probably were, but like if they're not a couple, I mean, you know.
Well, Kyle comes up and kisses him right in front of
on the cheek.
Yeah,
I'd kiss you on the cheek if I had to.
please don't do that.
And Sam's probably fine, but I agree with what you said previously. She's not fine. They can't be that easy, right?
Yeah, I think there's going to be issues with her. Yeah,
which is good because development.
And
then it sort of ends. I don't know what I thought. I don't know if it was your version. No, we had the same version. There was like an edit break between the end and the credits, like a split second of. I thought it's a post credits. I thought we can see the mum.
I thought the same thing first time. Yeah,
and the second time too. That I knew it was wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I kind of needed one more scene of something. I'm not sure what, but it kind of, yeah.
I do like that last scene though. Looking out the window, the shot of him from behind. Like I think that's a cool visual.
Don't know what it means, but it's nice. Don't know what they're going for, but it is nice.
And Porto Geekin says he might have to bring out his Genesis device. Wow.
Will it glow and pulse and go vom 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 vom? It's about smoke.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is he human, this guy? We don't know. Actually, do we know? Probably. I don't know. Don't know.
Maybe he's Kyonian. He just hasn't discovered his blue form yet.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, guys, now it's time. It's time of the show.
Yes.
We give our final thoughts. We give our score out of 10.
Yes.
We do multiple ones, but
yes.
you know, it's your turn to think of yours. So super chat in with your scores out of 10 for this episode, or PayPal. You can build it right up in there in the PayPal.
PayPal helps.
You think of the episode. We will read that. And if you want to super chat that in, I will read those when we are done. Or if you want to just throw it in regular chat, you can do so, and Sam will read those when he has done his spiel.
It'd be great to get a couple more either. A little bit light today, so any will support would be superb if you can. And let us know what you think. I really want to know the scores here. I mean, F is such a brutal metric, but I want to know scores. And be fair, because actually, has this discussion changed your mind at all? Because we went pretty in depth, fair to say, for an episode that didn't have as much. Yeah. So, Stuart, what do you think now of this episode? And has our discussion, debate, chat for 2 hours changed your opinion? Because there is more to this episode than we talked about the first time.
It's got interesting character beats, and I don't know if our discussions changed it at all for me. It's still one I'm not going to look forward to rewatching because it's a little slow for me. It's a little boring.
Would you agree that our chats highlighted the good bits and the worst bits more?
Oh yeah, they usually do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I don't know if I have a different appreciation for it though after it. It just anyway. Yeah, two B plots that could have been better on their own as A plots. You could have buffed these out and, you know, have each of these in separate episodes instead of the same episode. Like we needed a good, better A plot to fill in the gaps in this one to make it more watchable and better paced, I think. But what do I know? Um, some good acting though, honestly. From
Oh, the acting's never really at fault in this show. We rarely comment
no,
on it, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know what else to say, honestly. It's fine. I just wish we cared more about the characters and knew the characters better before this one because I don't know, maybe after 3 seasons of this show, let's say we go back and watch this, it'll feel better, but I don't know. As of right now, it's a little early out of the gate to be doing this. At least the wedding part. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else to say because there's not much else to say. I like Aki in this one. I love the way she takes the discussion at the end was good. Sure, a lot of people say they should have been expelled or had more of a punishment, but 200 hours of menial labor,
200.
that's 8.5 days or something like
On
that.
top of your
And
normal schooling.
yeah, so that's pretty harsh.
I mean, what,
Um,
2 hours a day?
yeah, that'd take
Oh,
a long goddamn
take a
time.
long. Yeah, that's the whole rest of the season, which could be a funny joke in fairness. They
Yeah.
start in
Well,
episodes doing manual labor. That would be quite funny.
this is analogous to spring break, so it's March. So you got March, April, May, June, and then school will be out. So they got three more. They're 3/4 of the way through the show, the
Wow.
series, and the episodes, and their school year. So
Only one coma so far.
right.
So far.
Um. Okay. So scores. Personal enjoyment.
Enjoyment compared to old Trek compared to
Yeah.
new Trek.
Yeah.
Oof, what are you going to give it? Don't even know.
Enjoyment. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 10. For new Trek, the writing's still better than a lot of Discovery. Let's be fair.
Because nothing really
Character
pissed you off, right?
character development's way better than Discovery.
Mhm.
So for new Trek, I'm going to give this a 5.7, I guess. For old Trek, eh, this is like a 3.2. There's just not a lot of Trek in this episode,
Is there
except for Warp
any?
Slug. Warp Slug.
Uh, uh,
Anyway,
Right, it's straight from with the super chats. Want to get to those, and then we'll have a couple more. One paper would be great. Let
yeah.
us know what people are saying.
BJ, $5. The meteor shower is the debris from the galactic debris field formed from all the ships and worlds lost during the burn. That's why it's called the galactic
Oh,
meteor
damn.
shower. Robert Buckley, $5. What if her emotional matrix that they mess with messes up because of the fix? That's the emotional matrix that they mess up. What? Huh? Cool. I don't know what to say about that. Classic for real, $2. Genesis device for when Genesis does. Perfect. Sussy Guru 2000, €5. Second worst episode so far. Prank War is still worst, but only a 2 out of 10. Damn. Classic for real, $5. Cosines with sines and tangents out of 10. But really quick, we need 1 month, one more script to fulfill our 10 episode or 10 script order. You have like 2 hours. Go out of 10. Oh, gotcha.
Mm.
Anyway, Robert Buckley, $10.
Oh, okay.
Theory: his girlfriend has dumped him because she knows he loves Genesis, and she found out she was just the second option after reading his mind. Also,
Ooh.
5 out of 10.
Oh, I like that.
That would be great.
Because they wouldn't have had time to process that, given they were in a situation. That's interesting. She's like, I need someone who'll just be loyal to me and not fancy this other girl.
Maybe she'll see it clearly when she's in her coma. I'm gonna flashback
All
to
those
it.
naughty thoughts he had about her on the first day. That's yeah.
And Robert Buckley's also gifted 5 Trekyards memberships. So welcome, Porto Geek,
Hello.
Tyler Degar,
Hello.
got Omas,
Hello.
Lesser Logic, and Dat Dude Vince.
Hey,
Welcome to the channel.
Very cool.
He is. All right, Sam.
Hello.
It's your turn.
Yes.
What do you think of this episode after rewatching it and talking about it for 2 hours? And have you gleaned any new insights?
Yeah, more than yesterday. There's loads of little, like I said, I didn't notice the lack of the portal opening. I didn't notice they didn't comment on why the Klingons there. No parents. All the small things you could. This is generally a list of things they list of omissions that are all problems that you can tell they had no want to fix. And as a scriptwriter who's written well over 100 Star Trek pieces now, those are all things that you should really address, because smart Star Trek, like, we like the procedural, right? They'll discuss things. It's part of the process, and it's missing. There's also a lot of very dumbed down stuff in this with the biohazard scene. It's awful, properly bad. It's like the acting's good, the people are good, the set design in general is okay, but they make so many weird choices that let them down across the board. But this one, there's no one big problem. There's just lots of small problems. But like I said, I still wasn't bored. Although I did know exactly when to tune out in this session. Got my phone to text Marie because, like, I knew nothing was going to happen, kind of thing. But I did like certain things better the second. I liked Jaden's speech back the second time. I liked the get on the bridge subtext, because it's really subtle. Because it has to be, because main guy can't pick up on it, but you can see it in her eyes, kind of. But it doesn't work well, and it really hurts last week, which was such a strong emotive episode. At the very least, Carl shouldn't be going to a pleasure island and be chill about it. There should just be
a month later. It's a month later. You got to get over stuff. It might be his way of dealing with things. I'm fine with that.
But you know what I mean, though. It would have been played. I know it's a military academy, but you know, they're in theory one of the three people who work together. You know, one of the three best friends. I know they've never seen really together much, but that's the implication. It's just weird. It's almost as if it was written in a vacuum, and then they tagged on some stuff to kind of tie it in. But yeah, it's just two B plots, ill written, and either one would have been a fun A plot. Either one, really, could have been an interesting A plot. But they chugged them together. And as you said, and I said at the start, they think you like the characters more than you do. And because you think it doesn't work quite as well. Yeah, and I don't agree with any of the marriage stuff. She's not a good character, lady, person, badly written for me. But again, I've written a lot of stuff and got many compliments from my writing. Enjoyment, God. Okay, I didn't hate any of it. Although, again, second watch, I like less of it. I'm not looking at my previous score strip. I'm just entirely blank, right? I'm just gut reaction, okay? I think my gut reaction is 4 enjoyment. It's actually more than you. So definitely below average. But I think 4. New Trek and Old Trek, that's really tricky, because it is definitely better than a lot of Discovery for pure watchability. Not pissing on stuff, on canon. But it's not doing as many good things. Like every episode Low Deck is better. Right? Episode Prodigy is better, that sort of thing. New Trek, 4.3, I guess. Old Trek, I'm gonna give it 2. It's just straight down, because it's like, it's not smart. It's you know what? No, 1.9. 2 seems too generous. Because all the science stuff to do poorly, the Starfleet stuff poorly. Like, it's just, you know, there's so many mistakes at the base level. So yeah, 1.9 for Old Trek. But that's a weird metric, right? Because Old Trek is just smarter. This is not a smart episode. That's why those 3 metrics are so different, because they are on different scales, right? Yeah. Any more scores, Stuart?
There is not.
And no PayPal either. Okay.
But we will close out the poll. 36 votes.
Oh, yes.
Me and Stuart disagree on this. Was it well written? And he right to leave.
Yeah, I do it quickly.
Yes. No, sorry. Nope. He was forced out, was bad, 64%. And yes, he was free to leave, 36%.
Fair enough. It's definitely interesting. It's interesting that it hit people differently. Right? That's good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't always agree on things. All right, non-super chat scores. What are people saying about this? We have got the Stanleys, 3 out of 10. We've got Fleetport, 8 out of 10. So it's one of the best out of 10.
Fleetfall, you're fired.
It was not nearly as bad as everyone seems to think it was. Well, 2 hours of breaking it down. So Aussie, 7.9. Mongoose an 8. It's one of the best episodes of New Trek because that's like top 20%. Wow. Cool. Okay. Taylor, 4.5 out of 10. Joseph, 7.1. Let's meet the parents, not meet the parents, their choice. Yeah, you should have just met the parents. That should have been the whole episode. That'd have been great. That was the obvious thing. Well, I can imagine the parents like beam in, say, "You've got to come back. She's crap." I don't know. You know, just gotta come back. You know, we're gonna coup. I don't know.
Might be something like that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have something with the parents, right? That's his entire arc. Lesser Logic, 3 out of 10. Ryan, 0. Oh, there you go.
I thought I was being overcritical with my scores. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Because that's the thing. This is definitely more what people worried about, which was the teen drama, right?
Yeah.
But teen drama with sci-fi things, just not Trekkian things. Hopefully the next 3 were better, because we're down to 3. That's
3 left, yeah.
Not a lot. It's going to go real quick.
I can see why this wasn't part of the screener package.
But if it was, though, it'd have been back-to-back with the one that was good, though. You know?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say...
It's going to be a fantastic. Who knows?
Is it fair to say we're getting a lot of whiplash with this show?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when we do our scores, you know, dum 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 dum, pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
oh, tune in tomorrow.
I just want to say, join us tomorrow, noon Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going live, doing Drunk Yards. We're just going to be hanging out all afternoon. You guys are going to be supplying us drinks. We're going to be drinking, having some fun, discussing whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
Some cool PayPal incentives.
Yes. And they'll probably be quite elaborate because the PayPal's gone very well for us. Maybe things like the AI art, uniform change, maybe even load up the Voyager game, play in the background. You know, there'll be some, you know, you as ever, guys, you control those lives. As stupid and mad as that is, you control them. We are the puppets that you have. So I want to give you some more options. All supports the channel wonderfully. And yeah, May drinks in. A lot of fun can be had. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
It will be. And I think we'll do some Star Trek trivia as well. We'll get my trivia stuff out.
Oh, and we did that a year ago with ChatGPT, and it's only got smarter because we did that at a party once here, and it invented a planet that didn't exist, and it's like, nah, that's not right. Yeah, can't really trust it fully, but I wonder if it's got better since.
I got real trivia.
Ooh, is that cardboard or plastic?
Plastic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like it.
You got dice. You get to roll for categories and stuff, but we're not going to do that. We might. I don't know. We'll see. I got it out.
Well, there'll probably be a PayPal saying, do a trivia question. Easiest way, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Tune in. Do come in tomorrow for a little bit. We'll be on for a while, but do make sure you pop in and say hi. Vote in the polls, etc.
Till then, guys, he is Commander Cuckings.
He's Foley.
And we're sorry you had to watch this episode.